Chapter 5, secondary dominant. I remember when I used to play as a child, and somebody came over, a visitor, and as a teenager, we had some kind of music festival. And we were playing, etc. Example 34B. But they would say, you use a lot of dominant, secondary dominance. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't know what that was. We use a lot of that in gospel music because we want to let the listener know exactly where we're going. Even though, on one hand, we let them know exactly where we're going, but then they never know what we're going to do when we get there or in the process. So, chapter 5, page 25. Very basic. By secondary dominant, I mean you have the 1, you turn it into a 1-7. That's letting me know I'm getting ready to go somewhere. Because that secondary dominant is the dominant of that subdominant 4. So you have there it is again at 5-7 because I'm going back to example 36B. There it is. It's telling me I'm going somewhere. Now I'm gonna resolve and back to the tonic. So that's what happens there. 36C. That's more of the same. 37A. See what happens there? Now I use another one. Here I am. I'm letting you know I want to go somewhere else. I'm leading to. I'm not there yet. So I don't want to go right to the door number 2. I got to go to from door number 1, then I go around the block to get to door number 9, then I come back into door number 18, then I get to door number 2 finally. So it's like I'm trying to get from here to here, from the tonic to the subdominant. But that's just very easy. That's just dull, boring. So I got to go somewhere first. I'm not there yet. I'm almost there. I made it there. Then if I invert these, or see what happens there? So when you use these secondary dominants, they're very, very important. You always want to use these. I love that. Etc. Now, if we have on page 38A, these are the same thing. This time I'm trying to get to 5. So I have to go from 1 to the 2-7. Now I want to go back to etc. See what happens there? 38C, page 27. I can never just go. It's too easy. Too easy, too direct. So you want to use your secondary dominants. Or etc. Let's go on. So these secondary dominants are very, very important. If I use example 39 and I want to find out the secondary dominant or the function of the major 3-7 chord, that's also a secondary dominant. It can be used that way. It just means that I'm trying to get someplace else. I'm leading you into another chord. For instance, example 39A. Here's the major 3. Because I want to get to 6 this time, rather than just going. I want to lead you there. I can do it this way, 39A. Minor third. Etc. 39B. It's more of the same. See how that works? Now, if I'm on page 29, the 3/7, major 3/7 to the 6th, used in repetition to add emphasis to a certain section of the song. This is often used. It's used a lot. Then they want to do that phrase again. Then they want to do it again. I added an additional chord there because I didn't want to go there so direct. But anyway, you see, you get an idea of that major 3 goes to that 6th. Those are often used as a repetition of a statement at the end of a song or in the middle of a song. So that's how you use that secondary dominant there. Page 30. Example 42A and 42B demonstrate 1/7 and 6/7 used together as a deceptive cadence and restatement of the final cadence. For instance, 42A. Now it sounded like I wanted to go. Deceptive means that I tricked you. I deceived you. So I'm not finished yet. Tricked you again. I use that. See how that works there? That's on page 30. So you can find these deceptive cadences, and they just they help to restate the final cadence of a song. Page 31, secondary diminished 7th chords. Now these are all resolutions, more examples of F#7, or the 7 diminished 7th over 5, secondary dominants. Very important. 44D. Etc. Play through those and you can see how important they are, and we're going to do something on those in a minute. 45A. All of these are secondary dominants, deceptive cadences, or they're chords that are used to repeat certain phrases of the songs. Key modulations. There are several different ways to modulate in gospel music, and this can be applied to any type of song. You could go. You play the 5/7 of the key that you're going to. If I want to go to the key of D, the 5/7 of D will be A7. So example 46A, I'm in the key of C. Two in the key of D, 5 in the key of D. See how that works? So you do the 2-5, 2-7, 5-7 into the key that you want to go into.